Okay, so this is a slideshow about artistic composition. Um, it is a little lengthy, so if you want to stop anywhere and go back, no need to feel like you have to go through the whole thing in one sitting. But this is a really important first step in your artistic journey through middle school. So we're going to talk about what makes up artistic composition. The definition is the arrangement of the elements and principles of art. So when you're creating art, you want to create a visually interesting piece. Understanding how these elements and principles go together is going to help you do that. So, as an artist, you're always trying to have something that draws people in, draws in the viewer, whether that has to do with, purely the subject matter, or if it's like an abstract, it has to do something to you, the way things are arranged, the way shapes and forms and colors are arranged. That's going to create visual interest. So there are ways to put these things together, these elements and principles. And the first one we're going to talk about are all of these elements. There's a line, there's texture, shape, form, color, space, and value. And they are used together with the principles that we are going to see in a little while. And after we go through all of these things, what I hope you get out of it is there are certain things about a work of art that is going to make it more successful than other works of art. And in math, for example, there's only one correct answer. In art, there are many correct answers. My painting of a still life of, let's say, fruit or something is going to look different than yours. And it should, because you're bringing to your artwork your perspective and your style. So art can be answered in many different ways. And I want you to keep that in mind as you're going through and creating your artwork. So these are the elements: line, texture, shape, form, color, space, and value. We're going to look at examples of those, and then we're going to see how they work together with the principles. So line is the path of a moving point, okay? So it starts somewhere and then it ends up somewhere else. It can be straight, it can be curved, it can be thick or thin. And if you look at all these little examples, it'll show you some ways that line can be used to create some kind of visual. And if you look at, for instance, this little one here, it looks like the way the lines have been put down here is creating a little form. Looks like the end of a pen or something, kind of a cone shape. And if you look at this one, the way this is arranged, it kind of looks like it might be fabric. And you can see that some of these look like optical illusions. And all this is created just by the way the line has been used. This one kind of looks like, this one kind of looks like this one right here. Something's kind of bulging out. So the way you use line can create a lot of different illusions on your page or your paper or your canvas or whatever you're doing. This is another one. It kind of looks like it has a three-dimensional quality. I can see the depth of that just the way the line has been put down on the paper. So line can lead your eye through the image. Line can be the basis of a painting. Like if you're going to sketch out something, you have to know a little bit about how to draw, and line is very important in that. The next one is texture. So texture can be seen and then it can also be felt. So it's an important element in art, in photography. It adds a lot of visual interest. The big black square, or the darkest one over there, is kind of looks like screen or something, um, like a netting, and it has a lot of interesting texture to it. And the other ones as well, you can see the kind of rough and smooth areas of things. And artists have different ways of achieving the illusion of texture. You can actually create texture by putting a piece of paper down on like the sidewalk and rubbing it, and you can see the texture that way.